of the turret that we're in is called the gun house. The gun house sits on that round piece underneath called the barbette. And the barbette goes 4 levels down inside the ship. From the gun house, we can't see the lower levels.
General quarters, all units make your battle stations.
When a target was spotted and the order for battle stations had been given, a highly trained crew maneuvered with great speed and precision, providing all the necessary components to bring these giants to life. The projectile was hoisted up from one of 2 projectile flaps as the powder bags were being loaded and hoisted from the powder handling room. This was happening as the gun itself was being brought into the loading position. The cradle operator brought the spanning tray into position, and the shell was loaded into the breech by a rammer. Up from the powder handling room, the powder bags were hoisted and dumped by the hoist operator 6 decks below. The gun captain and cradle operator spread the first 3, making room for the second 3 powder bags. The bags were gently pushed into the breech by the rammer on the cue of the gun captain. It was now time to retract the rammer and spanning tray and close the breech. After the breech was sealed, the gun captain threw the ready switch. This switch could only be moved when the breech was sealed. The gun was ready to be fired. The 23-mile range made these guns fearsome, but accuracy made them deadly.
Watch the next scene, ship doesn't move. See the white smoke, burst air coming out. Turret 2 recoil. So let's assume for a minute that it is only because we want to get something from an engine room to the machine shop. And I need this way to transport that equipment. Folks, we call this today the Combat Engagement Center. World War II had a very different purpose.
Hi everyone! In today's Honolulu video, I visit the USS Memorials in Pearl Harbor. Actually, there are a number of tours and areas you can see here, like the USS Arizona Memorial, Oklahoma Memorial, Bofin Submarine, Pacific Aviation Museum, just to name a few. If you are a history buff, you can even take an extensive tour and spend a couple of hours learning about the history and background with a guide. My overall thoughts is that this is definitely worth a trip if you are in Honolulu for the first time. No matter how much you watched, read, or heard, nothing compares to the feeling of seeing a battleship in person. I took a USS Missouri battleship tour, and it was fascinating to learn how the soldiers slept, how cargo was carried, how the ship ran, and much more. Here are a couple of tips if you plan on visiting Pearl Harbor. Number 1, travel light. There is a no bag or purse policy inside the area, but there are lockers nearby. Remember to wear something with pockets if you plan on bringing your phone. Number 2, buy tickets online. Most of the exhibits close by 4 p.m. and a lot of them sell out quickly, so you really want to get here early and come prepared if you want to take your time and get through all the exhibits. Number 3, bring water, food, and shade. Food isn't absolutely necessary, but I do recommend bringing water to stay hydrated and shade when you're outside and walking around. Particularly inside the Battleship, it can get very hot. And finally, number 4, comfortable shoes. There's a lot of walking to be done and you'll likely be climbing up and down, so make sure you wear comfortable, secure shoes. Pearl Harbor is full of exhibits with amazing information and background. You can easily spend a day here without even realizing it, so I wouldn't plan anything else during that day on your itinerary unless it's dinner. If you have small children, I wouldn't recommend taking a guided tour as it does take quite long and part of the Battleship does get a little stuffy. I'd also be careful if you are a little claustrophobic. Unfortunately, I did not get to visit the Aviation Museum, so it might even be something to consider to plan to come for 2 days. Nearing the end of this video, I'd like to thank those who work at Pearl Harbor in keeping its memories alive and educating those who come to visit every day. It was a wonderful learning experience, and I hope those of you watching get to go someday. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, subscribe and join me on my next Honolulu adventure. See you next video. Bye!